Hi guys! Guess who's back? Kim is still gardening in December, so we're going to do a garden tour. But let's go ahead and see what Kim is growing because she has a lot growing on in the greenhouses and her high tunnel, or she calls it the low tunnel. Okay guys, we're over here at Kim's, where it still looks green.
This is nothing, this is still all just left over from the summer. I just cut some plants back, but this is it. This is what it looks like. I still got tomatoes growing, peppers, basil, marigolds.
Look, she still has a bee in here, guys. If you guys can see that bee working. It's been a minute since I've seen a bee. And look at her Tabasco peppers.
Yeah.
That's pretty, isn't it?
It is. It's gorgeous. I'm going to do one last harvest, and then the green ones I'll turn into that southern pepper vinegar table stuff they make here. And
now, what kind of tomatoes do you have right here at the end?
It's a micro tomato. I can't remember the name of it right now, but it's tiny. I mean, this is as big as it gets. This is like overgrown.
Oh wow.
But I've had, these grew last year, not in here, in the other greenhouse, till February last year. But here, I got a whole bunch of tomatoes over here.
Let me get around. She's actually got growth going on so big here, I have to walk around it. Oh, looky there.
Yeah.
You've got some big tomatoes.
Yeah.
Some peppers, and it is about 70 degrees in here. And this is the bouncy castle. The one I call the bouncy castle because it has that air in between two layers of plastic up there for insulation. And the low tunnel is still not covered.
No.
Who needs a cover?
Right, I know. So I harvested quite a few leeks. I did all my leeks completely wrong, but I still had a decent harvest of them, and they're still going strong. So I'll know better for next year. And the rest of these beds, I'm not sure what anything is. I know it's either cabbage, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, collards. The tag got rain, rain soaked in.
Looks like that's probably about the same over here.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
This looks like Brussels sprouts.
Yeah, this does. This is actually Brussels sprouting. No, it's this one over here. Oh, which it could be broccoli rabe, I guess. This is probably broccoli rabe then. See, it's...
Mm-hmm.
And I can tell, like, the cabbage ones, because they're already starting to head up, but this is the one.
And today is... Do you know what today is? December something.
December 10th? I'm not sure.
Around December 10th, we're all getting geared up for Christmas, and Kim has this much still growing in her garden. And we are in eastern North Carolina. Now, I live just up on the same road, and I don't have this much growing. Of course, I don't do as much fall planting as you, the colder plants either.
And then here's all the cold, I planted all the cold stuff in here, but it is so warm that I did have some stuff go to seed already. This is spinach, which those few plants, I've gotten so much spinach. No, I just harvested that yesterday.
Oh, I was going to say something.
It was great big. Now, look at this.
Yeah, I do still have lizards.
He lost his tail.
Yeah.
Or I might have shut it in the window. There.
And this greenhouse is also about 70.
Arugula, I just harvested all that yesterday for salads. These tomatoes, I hacked this back. It was so overgrown you couldn't even walk down the path. Yep.
What's this pretty purple here?
That's purple lady bok choy.
Oh, that
and
is
it stays small. It stays small like this. Mm-hmm. Although it gets a little bit bigger. Cilantro.
And you've got a tomato plant actually growing in the green stalk.
Yeah, that's one of these top hat. It's orange. It's an orange tomato. And here's the cherries, the blossoms. This is a disaster.
Death Valley.
Yeah, I know. It needs work. We still have a little bit of, a lot of
I
stuff
see a lot of green though.
Yeah.
Yours looks much nicer from the road than mine does. Alive from the road, anyway. Now, what do we have planned here?
Well, we don't have nothing planned. This is the pots that the rain washed the stickers off, so I had no idea what they were, but I planted a lot of them. This was just what was left over. I thought I would stick it here, but it never made it.
Well, is this raspberry?
It's blackberry.
Blackberry. Doesn't that look kind of cool now that you can see all the vines though?
Yeah, but I wanted to go out of here. It was never meant to stay in here. It's a mess. It needs to go somewhere else with a lot of things.
Oh,
Here's my
will you be
okra.
transplanting?
I will be trying, possibly. It started out as one plant, and then I just when they attach to the ground, then it starts
Oh,
a new
anew.
plant. So I'll have a whole bunch of plants to transplant. It's maybe
Very
not.
good.
The garlic's doing good. I need to feed it.
Yeah, my weeds are doing very well.
Yeah, my weeds are too. Actually, a lot of these weeds aren't even weeds. These are all violas.
Did you start this over?
They're the ones that I had planted there. Yeah, they'll stay. They usually all look dead, completely gone, but I don't know what these are doing here. This bed just got worked on. New corners put in it. I noticed, I said to Billy, I go, ooh, we need to start eating lettuce. That's all lettuce.
I know, you do have a lot of lettuce.
This is rat-tail radish. That's lettuce. I have that shit ton of lettuce in there. I don't know what that is either. I went crazy one day and planted stuff and I don't know.
Yeah.
Cilantro that just volunteers itself every year. Dill. I mean, the cilantro and the dill, I just sprinkle that around when it's seeding, and then I have it everywhere. I dug up my horseradish this year. I got a really good harvest. I made a pretty good sized jar of horseradish root ground up. Nothing.
Okay. Well, come here. Let's do one big overview shot. So we have a good before and after. I'm going to take pictures because this summer is going to look totally different. Right, Kim?
Yeah, exactly. Way different. So the frog house. This end comes off. It's not attached to anything. 1 inch PVC or CPVC, whatever it's called. Up from the bottom, I think we did like 6 inches. We drilled a little tiny hole. So you put water in here so it keeps some humidity. And then we drilled a little hole here to hang them up on the wall, like right there. And
the little tree frogs live in them.
The little tree frogs just find them and live in it. It's amazing. Yeah, they're cute and cheap.
Pest control. Cute pest control.
They are pest control. Them and the lizards, I really don't have any problem with bugs in the greenhouses.
All right, guys, over here, back in my gardens, as you can see, I've taken down the rabbit fencing, and I'm about to change everything up with this. This is the pepper garden behind the owl. And then this summer we added the psychotic corn garden there. So as you can see, I've got my arches dismantled, laying over there. I've got to get all the old vines off of it. But this is about to be changed completely. We're going to make it a little bit bigger here in the front. to make that the same length as running along with this log here up front. I'm going to add a gate, add real fencing, and plant fruit trees around it and do a espalier style growing of my fruit trees. So that is coming up shortly. And there you can see my girls are out working hard today. And my greenhouse is more of a waiting room, if you will. There's a lot of baby shrubbery and trees. I do have my pepper plants I'm overwintering. I did plant a seed in this pot for tomatoes, so that will probably come up. But it is not as high yielding, shall we say, as Kim's. But I do have strawberries going on there. And yeah, it's just pretty much a holding room for winter. There are my fruit trees that I'm planting around the garden when we get it fenced in. And I have opened up these gardens over here. I've just left my gate open, and the girls have been kind of pecking in there a little bit for me. Chickens are really good gardeners. And over here, as you can see, I've finally got in here and pulled all the dead stuff, guys. I still got a lot of weeding to do. You will see some greenery there. That is my garlic doing very well. Look at that. Elephant garlic over there doing really well. If we go back here to the back garden behind the workhouse, you can see that I've kind of curled up that rabbit fencing so the girls can hunt and peck in there. And I did pull most of the dead. I've still got some giant okra over there to pull, and this remaining basil. I'll get that yanked out. I'm actually going to take all of the fencing and everything down in here too, so that I can redo it in a more organized fashion. The situation was in the spring we did have a problem with rabbits. So as you can see, I just grabbed whatever stick that I had to use as my little fence post, and I want it more uniformed and, you know, like it was done intentionally. So I will be tearing this rabbit fencing down and putting new rabbit fencing up. But pretty much I don't have a lot out in my gardens. What you do see there, I mean, when you look past the weeds, that is, I propagated a lavender by sticking it in with a tomato that I had in the greenhouse last fall. And the tomato plant and lavender were so entwined, I just went ahead and planted them out here this summer, as you remember. And the tomato plant finally lived out its cycle and died off. So I still have this lavender, which just really has, it was just one stem of those last fall. And that's what it's grown to be. So that's quite impressive.